Welcome back, everyone, to another segment of The MCR, Mac and me. My name's TJ, two elderly gentlemen from the southeast corner of Michigan.
Well, one elderly gentleman and another not as elderly, I would say,
By at least 3 weeks.
at least.
Anyway, the topic. This Somalia situation in Minnesota. And I'll tell you right now, it's more than just Minnesota, though Minnesota seems to have the worst case of it. Uh, there's also a situation in Ohio. And I also heard about something in Maine, though I'm not quite sure what's going on in Maine. But later in the segment, I'll tell you a little bit about what I heard about Ohio, of all states. Okay? But Minnesota, it's wrapped up in, I don't know if they know the exact figure. They're ballpark guessing billions of dollars. You know, Mac?
I've heard 8, 9, as much as 18 that they know of.
That they know of. And this has been going on for years. Uh, there's a phrase out there that could very well apply to this situation, and I've heard it used many times. For whatever reason, tacit approval. And I gotta wonder, given Governor Walz's position as governor of Minnesota, I gotta wonder if, and this is just called tinfoil hat conspiracy, but tacit approval, it's like saying he approved, but you'll never prove it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
uh,
Everyone assumes that you see these, and we've talked about it on several occasions on the show. How do you get so rich? Well, might this be another pathway to how they get so rich?
well, according to the whistleblowers, their position is he had to have known about it. And in one situation, I guess one of the phone numbers of one of the learning centers, and we'll get to that little phrase, one of the learning centers rang straight to his office or something. But
Yeah, I mean, if I were to reroute an escort service line to your house, you would know pretty damn quick who the hell are these people? Who did this? Did they ever question it? Did
yeah,
they ever change it? Because it doesn't sound like they did.
well, a an independent YouTuber by the name of Nick Shirley, he, I guess he had a list of these supposed daycare centers, and he went to them, and all but one was completely phony. And just on the ones that he went to, he estimated at least $110 million of fraud. Uh, and that's just the ones that he was able to himself confirm. You know, on at one of the daycare centers, and he took a picture of it. It had the sign above their entry door, Leering Center. Let's see, Quality Leering Center. You know, and if he can hear or see because the picture here, uh, the N was left out of the word. Well, I'm sure they meant learning and forgot to include the N. you know?
Here's the thing: it couldn't happen. I mean, they didn't make the sign. Someone screwed it up clearly. I mean, it does happen. I went to a church years ago called Saint Damien, and they ordered a front for the scorer's table for the basketball, and it lit up, and it was really nice. And someone, as I was walking through the gym, said, "Hey, Mike, what do you think of this sign?" And I said, "Well, it's great, except for it says Saint Domain."
Uh,
Now, what we did is we took it down immediately. And so why didn't they? It
yeah,
goes to their stoogery.
you remind me of a funny situation when I was in school, junior or senior high, I forget which year, but the church maintenance guy was restriping the lot, and he meant to put on the ground no parking, except he forgot the R. So so it came out no Peking. So,
Well, they don't want any Chinese food in that spot.
but it was caught and removed would be the point of that, you know.
Exactly.
So, this Nick Shirley guy, uh, well, he basically accuses the mainstream media of dropping the ball, and CNN, in an effort to shame him, and there was a CNN reporter by the name of Whitney Wild, okay, Whitney Wild of CNN. Uh, they try to, because he says to them, "Prove me wrong." He goes, "I challenge you to prove me wrong," and they should have left well enough alone. You know?
Well, my guess is they hadn't even investigated the story. They're just going to say it's wrong.
Yeah. And of course he challenges them to prove him wrong. They take him up on the challenge only to prove him right. That's why I said, you know,
Well,
why didn't
this
they?
guy keeps getting slandered by the media. As I read an article this morning in preparation, it referred to him as a conservative YouTuber. I've seen him as a MAGA YouTuber, as a right-wing YouTuber. When are they going to equally apply? Are they going to? Does anybody refer to Rachel Maddow as a left-winger? Have you ever seen that in print or heard it? That Rachel Maddow, left-wing journalist. You never heard that.
Well, and you could.
This is their little swipe, their little demeaning term that they use to discredit people.
Well, yeah, and you could say left wing reporter Whitney Wild attempts to prove right wing reporter Nick Shirley wrong.
Well,
You know?
maybe we should set the we should make the benchmark and start doing that.
Well, now Nick Shirley has been receiving death threats.
Well, there's a shock.
Repeatedly, he's and this just stirs me up. Okay, he's getting messages of he's going to be kirked, Kirked, kirked,
Yeah,
as in Charlie Kirk, and we know what
right.
happened to Charlie Kirk, and it's just whoo, just gets me going.
It happens. There must be a for every action there's an opposite and equal reaction. That's where we're headed. I mean, if I punch you in the mouth, you got to punch me in the mouth, or I'm going to get the hell beat out of me. So I'm tired of being having the hell beat out of me. So uh, it goes back to the video we did. Should we give as good as we get?
Well, one final point about the Minnesota situation, and then we'll move on to Ohio. Okay. Uh, the Minneapolis chief of police, O'Hara, apologized to the Somali community for being picked
Batman.
on.
That's Chief O'Hara.
Yeah, Chief O'Hara is his name. Uh, I don't have his first name written down here. Just
I
it's
suppose he works for Commissioner Gordon.
maybe, who knows? But here you got the Minneapolis chief of police uh, somehow, I don't know, in an attempt to smear Nick Shirley, is apologizing to the Somali community.
I suppose Chief O'Hara, and I don't know him, of course, but probably probably got castrated by the left.
Something I wasn't aware of, because we'll move to Ohio now. Something I wasn't aware of. I guess Ohio has the second largest Somali community. Did you know that, Mac?
I did not.
Well,
But then again, I'm not going around counting everyone like some do. But
yeah.
I no,
Well,
I wasn't aware of that.
yeah, touche to that point. According to the Gateway Pundit, I am getting my information from the Gateway Pundit. At this time, I have no reason to doubt their news article. Okay, that's my disclaimer. Uh,
Prove them wrong.
yeah. You know what? Prove them wrong. Uh, anyways, they're talking about a situation in Ohio. Uh, two things. There is an Abdi Ali. Uh,
It's a mouthful.
yeah, Abdi Salam Abdi Ali. He's a U.S. citizen. He runs an Ohio-based healthcare program company, it shares the same address as an LLC being investigated for money laundering. Okay.
You know, I've been thinking about this a little bit, and if President Trump ought to reach out to Michael Franzese, former mobster, because Michael Franzese ran these same kind of operations, which is why he went to prison.
Uh-huh.
And have him look at this evidence and point you in the right direction. And he would be able to do that, I do believe.
Well, the reason why this LLC, which shares the same address as Abdi Ali, is what I'm going to call him, his Abdi Ali's Ohio-based healthcare company, uh, this LLC, the reason why they're being investigated is, surprise, surprise, sending money to terrorists.
Well,
You know?
that's a connection I want to see made. If you're committing fraud, if you're an American citizen and you're helping fund terrorists that kill Americans, in my mind, that's treason, and that's what you ought to get charged with.
Well, and thus, you want to know how money laundering works? Right there it is. Right there it
Yeah.
is. Right there it is.
Yeah.
Loans that are never paid back, work that is never done, paid work that is never done, uh, art.
And running it through. I mean, if you want a quick lesson, watch Breaking Bad. But uh, they, if I wanted to know how to launder money, I'd find the closest Democrat.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. You know what? Hunter Biden selling this piece of excrement artwork for millions. Well, I don't know,
Hundreds of
$500,000,
thousands,
hundreds of
hundreds of
thousands.
thousands, and
You
yeah.
know. So money laundering. And if the money laundering situation there in Ohio wasn't bad enough, you got and it sounds like he might be term limited out. Thank goodness. Uh, and uh, oh, Vivek Ramaswamy is actually in the lead in the governor's race, both with the Republican. He holds a commanding lead with the in the Republican. I'm going to call it the primary, even though it hasn't really started yet. But right now, his polling is at like 75%. Okay.
Well, I hope he gets elected, and when he does, I hope, as you know, I'm in close proximity to Ohio, so I drive down there sometime, and one of the things I see is Mike. I think it's Mike DeWine, governor. Well, they're going to have to put those signs up for Vivek Ramaswamy, and I sure hope he doesn't hire the same sign people that they used for the Leering Center.
Well, yeah, yeah. Uh, Now, DeWine's spokesperson, a Daniel Tierney, made a rambling statement. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but he's trying to make excuses as to why why this Somali fraud uh, wasn't caught sooner. He ends his statement with this, and I'm going to read like his last sentence here. Uh, so therefore, we have robust anti-fraud measures to try and stop this. This is something that is unfortunate. Here we go. This is something that is unfortunately the cost of business. So he's gonna say, well,
That's unacceptable.
this is the cost of doing business. Money laundering is the cost of doing business. You know, and
Well, that's why they needed. That's why they need a new governor there.
so, anyways, enough of Ohio. One final point, and this involves a Somali woman out of New Zealand, because I actually kind of looked her up a little bit. Uh, a Ferdowsa Muhammad. Uh, she posts a rambling TikTok video in what, and I'm going to just guess Somali language, whatever they speak in Somalia, because it's clearly in a foreign
I think it's.
language.
I think it's gibberish.
Well, she was rambling in whatever language they speak there, but ends her rambling statement in perfectly good English, saying, and she's referencing Elon Musk too, by the way. Okay, and so in referencing Elon Musk, she says in perfectly understandable English, I wouldn't worry too much about him. He about to die. Well, Elon Musk posts on X, and according to again this Gateway Pundit report, uh, he put at the top of his account, "Then it is war." And you know what?
You know what? If I had $744 billion, I might arrange a blanket party for that bitch.
So you know, here she is, basically saying he about to die, and I guess Elon Musk is saying, "Bring it," you know, and that's bravo to him. I would tell you, I'm glad to see he's kind of back in the fold too. Just as a side note, it appears he's back in the fold,
Yeah,
and he is Elon is really doing what he can to support different Republican candidates in this upcoming midterm election. So, bravo for Elon Musk, I would say. That's all I got, Mac. Any final thoughts?
nope.
All
That's
right.
it for me as well.
Hopefully, you've leered as much from this segment as we have. All right. Thanks, everyone, for your support. We'll catch you in the next segment. As always, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.